So it's all started in a car ride. Neither of us have a background in interior design. We've done a lot of our own builds and renovations. I come from the advertising, client management, account management background, and then she's always been always had an eye for design and has always done it, and finally made a career out of it.
Now, how did you guys meet?
College.
Okay. So
Yeah,
college,
so we both went to
BFFs.
University of Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, our husbands are best friends from high school.
From here.
Yeah. Oh, so funny.
So that's how we met.
And then they were at Tennessee also.
Yeah. Brought you all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're stuck together forever.
How many years has it been?
Since we've been in business?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to hit that 5-year mark.
I know. We're getting there.
No, well, we started and then then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And we were like,
2020.
Perfect time to start a business with design and being in people's homes.
Homes.
But then it was, because everyone was sitting in their house and was like,
Yeah.
all those rooms that everyone's like, oh, one day I'll do this, one day I'll do this. Then they were stuck in those spaces, so they're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it kind of
a lot of e-design to start.
yeah. And
just,
then it
like,
kind of jumped us though. Like we initially started going, someone had been reaching out, was like, you really should do this for a living. You should do this for a living. And they were a realtor. So like, we always need stagers. And so we're like, maybe we'll start on staging. It's a good way to like get in the door and get the business going. And then when everyone was actually renovating in COVID, we have never done staging.
Yeah.
Not one time. And we just started right into like working with builders and doing more of the architectural finishes and tile and flooring and all of those things.
How would you describe your style?
I would say kind of what is trending and popular right now is where we've always naturally been, which is because we both live in 1700s original stone farmhouses from Virginia. So we love the like warmth and cozy and bringing like the outside in, all the wood textures and the stone textures in.
Yeah, natural materials and stuff like that.
But we've had, when we were starting, everything was very like black and white. And that's what...
Chip and JoJo.
Yeah.
And people were seeing it on Pinterest, and so... Which we like. We like a very plain canvas, but with texture on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very organic.
Yeah.
And our thing is like, we create the canvas and then people can bring like their own styles into it in little pieces, whether it be like art or, knickknacks and things like that. But
Good rug.
yeah, love a good rug.
So tell me, how are you currently getting your clients?
We work with a lot of builders. We get some here and there that come to us directly, but a lot of the work we do, since we do focus so much on architectural finishes, and that's kind of like our bread and butter, come from just relationships with contractors and just like different trades and things like that. We've built a lot of good relationships that way. Yeah. And then we'll get the one-offs from the Instagram or word of mouth or something like that. So.
Where do you guys see yourself in like 3 to 5 years? Like, are you going to keep doing what you're doing? Do you have like expansion plans?
I mean, I would say, so we're moms. Moms first is like our big thing. I have 3 kids, she has 2. So, and they're like crazy busy in sports. They're just at that age. So I don't think we ever really want to lose that. We want to grow, I think, as far as like our client base goes. But as far as like, we want to be able to make our own schedule and not like drive ourselves into the ground.
Yeah.
And have like that even balance and
Yeah.
be on the ball field every day when we need to be.
Yeah.
But
Even though I can't see you guys having kids older than 3 years old. But
10, 10, 7, and 3.
Yeah. So we both had 2 boys first, and they're all in the same grade. So we have 4th grade and 7th
fun. You guys planned that, of course.
I mean, just God
3
sent.
doors down from each other.
It's true. It all worked out.
It did.
So I think to answer your question, I think we'll be, I wouldn't say in the same spot. I think we'll be able to be more like picky and client base wise. We'll get exactly who we want and stuff and not take on everything that comes our way, but balance will still be.
Yeah.
And the kids are going to get older and more self-sufficient than they already are. So
Yeah.
we'll have a bit more time.
Yeah. I think more of a quality
Yeah. Over quantity
over
for sure.
quantity. Like,
What are you guys seeing in terms of like, I know obviously you guys are doing more of the trendy looks right now, but what are you seeing in terms of what people are looking for, wanting that's going to last over?
I mean, it's funny because even like in clothes, I think it all comes around. It all comes back. So it's like a lot of things that we were tearing out of houses five years ago.
Or 1700s houses.
Yeah.
We're putting them back in.
Putting them back in. It's like the square tiles and colors coming back, which is fun, and it's more like the earthy tones.
Kind of like how you guys are dressed right now.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Just the brand.
Exactly. And then, I mean, someone asked us today, actually, if they're like, is shiplap out? I'm like, shiplap will never go out. It is,
Yeah. Well, and I think it's all also what you like. There's always trends and there's always things that people see that they should and shouldn't have. But like, if it feels right to you and it makes your house feel like a home, then it's right for you, you know? Yeah. So, and like with us, with our old houses, we are literally recreating them to like keep that, that old look. And whether we're just updating or we're literally just refinishing, like that is, and those, it's better quality anyways, to be honest. Yeah.
What are a few stars like pop quiz now? Because like I'm excited. What are like 3 tips that you could share with listeners in terms of as they're looking around their houses and they didn't get around to it during the COVID times of getting things refreshed or laid out the way they want to? But what are 3 or 4 tips that you have for people that are wanting to just like turn an eyesore into like something visually appealing?
Yeah, I think one big one that people are always trying to figure out is like they have the big wall with nothing on it, and committing to art is big, or to put what to put on it. But I always think if you put a shiplap or a texture of some sort, you don't really need something on it. Like you can just, it's still a blank white wall that you can put on it or paint it. But it kind of takes away that just empty feel. Like you just, some texture. Lime wash, we're doing a lot of lime wash right now, which is just kind of a movement in a paint, but it makes it feel cozier.
Yeah, not so stark.
Yeah, not just like sterile, empty, which I think is a lot of people's big problems in their houses.
Got to those walls, so thank you for that.
Yeah. I would say one, and it's one that we always harp on too, especially when we meet new clients, is finishing a space. You walk around your house constantly, especially if you're living in somewhere, like you just want to like just start adding things everywhere, but like just finish a space, then that way you can walk into that room and you'll feel so good and you're not stretching your budget.
Yeah.
Like they want to do a couple things here and there. It's like, let's just focus on one, do it right, and then move on to the next. And a lot of people, I don't think like gather that until we talk them through it. And that's just like, it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
So
That's true. I did that to one of my rooms.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we're even bad at it. My husband this week said, one space, finish the space, and then move on.
Yeah, none of my house is complete.
I know, but
You're your worst client. It's fine.
It's true. And we're always like, ooh, this is new, this is new, this is new, this is
Yeah.
fun. So it's a really fun industry, but
Yeah.
our husbands don't always love it.
Yeah, it's true. And I think another one, adding on to your texture on the wall, just paint. Like paint makes such a difference. Like if you have to do one thing, we either say paint or like new floors, because they just, it's such a large canvas and it will just make such a difference and change the feel of a house.
Yeah. And I mean, paints, you can change it. It's easy.
Yeah.
And I think we all
affordable,
went through that, white phase, which I mean, we love a good white wall. But now I think if you are in your space and you're not feeling as comfortable as you think you should be, a lot of times it's just like a warmth, a color that you can do on the walls. It's just
I feel like you have to do it right though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, there's 700 different whites. It could just be like, your white's too stark, go a little warmer.
Yeah, that's true. Love a good warm white.
We always lean a little more warm colors in general than the cooler tones. But sometimes we get the clients that love the cool, and we gotta go there too.
Yep.
what would be, like, what is the process to work with you? What does that look like?
Oh boy. Do you want me to do it? Or
Like as a Pinterest client, not a construction company client.
like if you were coming to us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Pinterest is one of our points of it. However, I'll get to that. But So we'll meet with you. We'll have the initial consultation. We'll go through like your needs. We'll try to focus in on what you're really looking for. Then we'll kind of step away, obviously do like all the proposal, non-fun contractual work, whatever. And then we ask for inspo stuff, and we ask for, images you've liked or rooms you've seen or Pinterest boards and things like that, just to get an overall feel of kind of your style, because although there's so many trending things, people have their own style. And then we'll take that and then we kind of pinpoint what you're really seeing. So somebody might see a whole room and be like, I love it. We're like, what do you like? Do you like the feeling it gives you? Do you like the color of the wall? So really trying to narrow down on, what they're really liking in things. And then once we're all on the same page, then we kind of step away, do our thing, come back, and we do like a full design presentation. And then it just goes into revisions and production and all that good stuff.
And I think at the beginning too, when we're trying to get your style, it's also really getting to know like the family, how you live in each space. Because some spaces, I mean, we are moms, we have a lot of kids and animals in our houses, and so we're like, you want them to be functional and practical. But then if you're like, you just want this room, it's a part of our house, we don't really know what to do with it. Let's have fun in it. Yeah. But you're like, it's good to know, and then tying the whole spaces together with everyone's vision and
function's huge for us. It's like, we love pretty things and we want to make your space beautiful, but is it going to last you? Is it like, whether it's the stone we use or the plumbing fixture we choose, we want it to look beautiful, but we want it to last for your family. So
what does it look like in terms of price wise? I know I'm sure there's a wide range depending on what people want. But do you guys go in and just do the like designing aspects and then you give them links to like get the installation themselves? Or do you guys go in and do like the full design installation?
All of the above. We've done it all. I mean, considering we started in COVID, it was a lot of e-design, and it was like, here's your design, here's your links, go ahead and, do it in your own time. Obviously, we would love to start something and finish it all the way through. So we work with the client on what works best for them a lot. But
I'd say for the most part now that we usually are start to finish kind of jobs. And I think that's more of the clients that are coming to us now.
Yeah,
that
and where we want to be.
Full service.
Which
we love to see the end of the project. So it's when we want to be there for that.
Or we're just going to be knocking on your door. Yeah. What's it look like in there?
And then do you guys feel any type of shift with AI and all these design services that a robot is like, not a robot, but I guess a robot is like creating for people? Like, what are your thoughts and feelings around?
I mean, I play with it a lot. I love it. I love that world. I think it's like never going to take over like our industry and what we do. I think if anything, it just helps like conceptually, because clients, a lot of times they need to see it. They can't just see like a paint color and a tile and like, they're like, oh yeah, this is going to come together great. Like, so if we're able to give them like a true, not quite a rendering where it is like, here's your space, but like a true conceptual vision of what we're going for, I think it's super helpful. And it like, we play with it a lot, and it keeps our like creative juices going too, I think, and like just how you can use different shapes and colors and whatever it may be.
I think it helps people feel like we do our presentations and we lay it all out, which we get it and we love it. And we walk through each space that they're going in and all the rooms. But sometimes I think it's hard for clients to feel the vibe. Like, and it's not like we'll do renderings and so they can actually see it in their space, and that's one service. But it is kind of easy to be like, all right, create this space, robot.
Yeah.
And then you're like, we just keep tweaking it, and we're like, yes, this is the feeling we're feeling for this space, and then be able to put it in front of the client. Yeah. And them get that too.
I think it's more like for us, it's fun to play with, and
but I have questioned that. I was like, is this going to take over?
Who's going to do it for you? Yeah. It's not like, here's your paint color, here's like what the wall texture is. It just kind of gets you going. You can bring us a AI design and we'll get you there. Yeah. But
it's true. I have played with it, and it comes up with some weird, if you don't know how to prompt it right.
I know. We're still playing with that.
She's better. I'm like, I want to fill this. Can you make it happen? Because I'm like typing words and I'm like, this is not what I was going for.
Yeah.
Some crazy things have popped
Yeah,
up. I'm
I
like,
know.
that's not what I want that room to look like
I know.
at all.
It is weird. I want to play with the video portion of it more, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of the video portion, so.
I mean, what I've seen, it's not a lot, but it's like movement in the background or like it's snowing outside. Or,
Oh, cool. I know, we're headshot photographers here. We do headshots, and, with the AI, it's like people will take photos and make them look like a professional, make them look like
I haven't done
anything.
any of that yet. I've only done the interior design
good.
stuff.
I mean,
my husband's done it with my kids. He's like takes their picture and then it's like make him like messy or something, and it's like creepy. I'm like that actually does look like you, but also it really looks like messy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now put this jersey on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
That world gets my head.
Yeah, I know. Well, it is kind of scary for the implications of what it could look like for just what's real, what's not. Have you seen now videos of like people talking?
Yeah.
Which I can still tell when it's like
Yeah.
AI. But once they start adding in the hand movements, that's going to be hard.
Yeah. It
to
is.
see if someone's, cause you can tell when somebody is like talking like this.
Yeah.
And even if the mouth looks natural, the fact that they're not moving.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody's.
Yeah. Nobody's that proper.
Yeah.
Maybe there.
Let's do that. Yeah. I know. When I started first seeing them pop up on like Instagram and stuff, I was like, ooh, cool space. And now as soon as I see it, I'm like, that's AI.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it gets a little annoying in that aspect. As long as people, I think, contribute their work to AI.
Yeah.
And don't make it seem like that is a space that like, I mean, I guess they're creating it technically.
You're talking about designers that are doing this.
Specifically. But I don't know. It is like, wow, that's really cool. And then you're like, that would cost you $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
But it was free.
Yeah.
AI.
Mountain house that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Looking into, I know you said you guys are going to keep it for the most part sustainable for you guys right now until the kids get older, then kind of reevaluate. But in terms of overall for the industry, where do you see the industry heading in the next 5-10 years?
Oh, good question.
As far as like style or in
As like use.
More, not necessarily style, but like industry wise. Do you still see this as something?
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think design in general has always been, it's not a necessity. Like people don't, I mean, we like to think people need us, but I don't think.
It's more of a luxury.
Yeah, it's more of a luxury service. I don't really think that will go away. I mean, there's more and more. There's so much space in the design world, I think, in like all design for everyone to kind of fit in. And I think it's cool that it's fun to get a room of designers together because we all do things so differently. Like from process to style to where we find products. And I don't really see that changing.
I would say the only thing is the DIYers are kind of really diluting that space, which, I mean, heck, if I could do DIY, I'd do it.
We don't
But if I think it's like almost like Pinterest, where it's like, they keep looking and looking, clients like keep looking at Pinterest, trends change, algorithms change, all that stuff. Same with DIYers. It's like, well, I want this and they did it, they said for $500. It's like, well, yeah, you can go do that for $500, sure, but let us get you the right people. Let us take like the stress off of you.
Yeah.
So I think that's making it a little difficult, but
Because of the
totally
pricing.
different.
Because they come with an expectation of like.
Yeah, I think the expectation changes.
It's like all of HGTV though too.
Yeah.
Because people will watch a show and be like, well, they just renovated their whole kitchen for this. And we're like, well, they're in Texas and they don't have. Like,
I live in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, the processes are all different and like the permitting's different and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is.
I mean, I think there's always gonna be a space for us. I think the people that are coming and like actually trying to find an interior designer, like we said, it's kind of like more of a luxury service. Not everybody needs it. People can do it on their own just fine. Yeah. Well, hopefully those are the right people that keep coming back around. Yeah.
I love that you guys know your audience and your niche.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, yeah. We're in the same boat where you can go and get your
Right.
5-year-old can grab your iPhone and take a nice picture of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, those aren't our clients.
Exactly.
There will always be the right type. Our client will always be there as long as we understand.
Yeah.
Right. And there's enough for everybody. Like as far as designers, like if we don't work for you, like we have a list of people that we can then give to you to, if you want to like price out, or if stylistically it's not working, or however it may be, like there's room for everybody, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And we all share thoughts and ideas, and it's a pretty supportive industry.
I would say, I like your mindset. You guys have a good mindset.
Yeah. We're friendly.
Before we wrap things up, is there any specific message or thoughts you want to share with the world? And this is the most vaguest, open-ended question I'm asking.
I mean, I think as far as us starting a business, I think if you have an idea and you have support, don't be afraid to do it. Like we both kind of took...
Oh, good one.
But really, like we both kind of... We did. We were driving home from a basketball game with our husbands, and we were like, let's do this. And we're in the back seat, and we have this whole... Both of our husbands are business owners, too. So we were, like, spiring all these ideas. And then they were finally like, all right, if you got... I mean, we hear you. If you're serious, come to us with business plan, how you see this working, what you're going to do, and lay it all out. And so then we did it.
We did do it.
We did it. And we sat down, and they were like, oh, wow, you guys are serious.
Yeah.
And then, so I think just, and it's, I mean, it's fun. And we're doing what we love to do.
Yeah.
And I get to work with my best friend every day, so it's not.
I'm going to say, I'm kind of jealous.
Sharing,
I can see you guys, like, at each other's houses, like, sitting down, like, feeding the kids, but then also, like, doing your marketing plans.
Yeah. But also don't let it take over, because friendship's also way more important.
It's true.
That's awesome. That's a great message. Quick shout out to your husbands. What did they do? You say they have their own businesses?
Yeah, mine is, he's actually writing down too, KM Digital. It's
Okay.
like a brand development, and he's probably going to yell at me for whatever I say.
He's like Chandler off of...
Oh, that was advertising. That's what I did.
I know, no, but everyone's always like,
oh,
you
yeah.
watch Friends?
Yeah.
I always say Chris is the Chandler in the group, where everyone's like, he's like a... And, like, no one in the group can really tell you what he does.
Yeah. Brand development, they do websites, they do a lot of video.
Building. It's right there across from...
The white building. It was the old one that was vacant
Case
forever.
Co. helped, I think.
That's her husband.
No way!
Tight-knit group we
Wait,
got.
which one? Wait, who? Which one?
Aaron McCleary.
Okay, I know...
Are you from here? Do you know him as A-Rod?
No, I don't know Aaron, the other one.
Sam.
Mm-hmm. That's who I know. Okay.
So those three were, like, best friends in high school.
Yeah, they all
That
grew
is
up together.
so cool. You guys are like...
Yeah. I know, it's weird.
I was going to say, you guys have your own, like, friends group then.
Yeah.
It's a really cool.
Yeah. It's nice that we're all well, I was never, like, an entrepreneur. That was pushed on me, but here we are.
And you did
But we all are now, and which is really cool because we all work together and we're all super supportive. Like, we work with Gaseco. Chris does our brands and their brands. Like, everybody kind of supports each other, which is nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.